This is Moments with Fu with James Fu Torres, better known as Fu, the show that takes you around the world to share interviews with some of the most successful and relevant people on the planet, hear their stories, and get the most important business lessons they have learned on their road to success, and get exclusive advice on how to implement their success into your life and business. Moments with Fu is brought to you by the Strategic Advisor Board and your host, Fu.
Hello and welcome to Moments with Fu. I'm your host, James Fu Torres, but you can call me Fu, hence the name of the podcast. And today I have Jimmy Yen. He's the TikTok acupuncturist and he's the CEO of Integrative Health. But I'm going to let him tell you more about that. But first, Jimmy, how are you?
I'm doing great, Fu, and I'm excited to be on your podcast. My name is Jimmy Yen, and just a little bit about me. I'm a licensed acupuncturist. I am known as the AKA TikTok acupuncturist because I have 1.1 million followers on TikTok and 1.1 million followers on Instagram. My clinic, Achieve Integrative Health, is in Austin, Texas. It is the largest acupuncture clinic in Austin, Texas.
That is awesome. I mean, alternative medicine is booming right now. I've been recommended to get acupuncture, like I told you in our call. And I really want to do it, and I'm looking forward here to dive into very actionable tips for people because as a business owner in my audience, our business leaders, we right now, I have my terracane is over there, like I'm always in pain and stuff. So on that note, let's kick it off with some tips that you have for business owners like me that are always in the computer. That what are things that we can do to alleviate our pain?
So if we're talking about pain, number one, you should follow me on TikTok or Instagram because I offer a lot of biohacking tips specifically for pain, right? A lot of the biohacking tips are like what I call acupressure points that you can do, and just within 10 seconds, you can immediately start decreasing whatever pain you're having. So people like you who you're in, if you're, I don't know if, I think you're standing, right? But a lot of
right
people
now
sit.
I'm standing, but I was sitting, and then but I try to change, right? So I can.
Yeah, good. Perfect. Actually, what you just said is one tip that I would say. Don't stay seated. Sitting position is the worst position for your whole spine. It will start from your lower back and will work its way up to your neck, right? So sitting is the worst position. So one trick I would say, my wife is a CPA accountant. So during January to June, she's working 60, 70 hours a week, and she will sit in her chair for 12 hours straight and not get up. And so I was like, okay, I need to have some type of trick to make her get up. So what I told her to do is always to have a water bottle beside her. And I told her, you need to drink that water. I don't care if you're thirsty or not, drink it. And I want you to finish it. So guess what? When she finishes that, 30 minutes to an hour later, what does she need to do? She needs to go urinate, right? So that forces her to get up so that at least she gets up, walks, and she's not sitting all day. Another thing that I would recommend, especially in the morning, right? A lot of times now we are so afraid of the sun, and we wear shades, right, to prevent the UV rays to hitting our eyes. But actually, in the morning, you actually want some sun into your eyes, because if entrepreneurs like you and me, when we're working and we're all hyped up, sometimes some of us have insomnia, right? Well, one of the causes of insomnia, there's many causes, but one of the solutions is you're not getting enough sun in your eyes. The sun going into your eyes actually helps you produce melatonin, which is the sleep hormone that you need to help you sleep. So just by going out, it doesn't have to be that long. It doesn't have to be just like 5-10 minutes. Don't look directly in the sun. Okay. Don't be telling Fu, hey, Jimmy told me to look at the sun. Now I'm blind. Okay. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just go look at the scenery. Okay. Don't stare at the sun, but just look at the scenery without shades. And just look at the scenery for 5-10 minutes and you're good to go. And then you can go back in, right? So those are a couple of tips that can help with your sleep. which will help with your energy, right? Because as entrepreneurs, we're go, go, go. Instead of going for coffee all the time and a caffeine fix, right? So I can work 14, 16 hours a day. I drink zero caffeine. I don't need caffeine because I take care of my health. So one of those things is making sure you get adequate amount of sleep. And you need to do things to help improve the quality of your sleep. It's not the time. The time is not so important as the quality of your sleep. You need that deep, restful sleep. And that deep, restful sleep stimulates something, especially in your brain. Because we wanted to talk about brain acuity, right? Entrepreneurs, we need to be able to think quickly, right? But if we are all foggy up here all the time, we can't think quickly. And we're not going to make good decisions. So one of the ways to have better brain acuity is to get better quality sleep, right? So the quality of your sleep, because when you sleep, it actually activates this self-cleaning system called autophagy, which is basically just self-cleaning in the brain. So when we sleep, we have the street sweepers. You ever see those street sweepers like on the streets in New York? They
Yeah,
sweep the
yeah, yeah.
streets.
They're like the circles, things like
Yeah,
brushes.
yeah, in the middle of the night, right, right.
Yeah, we have them
So
here too. So
okay, so those are only activated when you get good quality sleep, and those are activated in your brain. So it's cleaning up your brain while you sleep. So if you don't activate those sweepers, then when you wake up, you're gonna feel groggy.
so is that REM sleep? Is that right? Is that
Yes,
correct?
REM
Okay.
sleep. Yes, yes.
Yeah, because that's yeah, yeah.
So,
I've seen that, I've been documentaries and stuff and like that, you see
mm-hmm,
like the eyes like just moving and stuff. So
mm-hmm,
yeah,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So that's for the brain. That's gonna give you that mental acuity when you wake up in the morning. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm good to go. I don't need coffee. I don't need caffeine to stimulate me, right? So one thing that I do, one of my habits that I do is I drink at least 16 ounces of water. First thing I do in the morning, right? There's a number of reasons why you want to do that. Because when you're sleeping, your body is self-cleaning, not just in your brain, but your whole body. So now it's cleaning. So it's cleaned up all the mess, all the toxins. So the next step is, what do you want to do? You want to get rid of it, right? So the best, easiest way, the most comfortable way is to urinate it out. So that's why you want to drink some water. Water to flush it out. Flush out all the toxins that your street sweepers cleaned up during the night,
So
right?
I wanna comment on this because so
Yeah.
I have a friend of mine. So when I was in the military, a friend of mine is super into fitness stuff. I mean, he even
Hmm.
went to like this combat thing or whatever. Like he was my, and then we lived together. And he told me like, look, first thing that you should do when you wake up is to drink water. He didn't tell it like to me like that, but
Yeah.
he told me to me like, oh, just to like activate your system to like just look, you're being
Hmm.
like asleep on that standby mode for all this time. So just to get everything going, and then if you want to lose weight or anything, you gotta get your system like as soon as you wake up, like just gotta get it going. So that's kind of how they told me, right? It wasn't very scientific
Hmm.
or anything. It was just him as a fitness person, just drink water in the morning. And I'm like, I
Yeah.
kind of got that in my brain, and I do that. So I makes me feel good. I
Yeah.
don't measure like 16. Well, probably one cup of this is probably like 16
Yeah.
ounces.
That's
So
about 16.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
I don't drink at all but I like drink as much as I can, and then I put it there, and
Yeah.
then I go again, right? So definitely I do that, so I feel good. I feel good about that. I do get my sleep.
Yeah. Hmm.
Definitely I that for me, it's the key is to go to bed early and
Hmm.
not use my phone, right? And just kind of decompress with my girl and just kind of just decompress and just clear my mind, right? Kind of like
Yeah.
meditate off before going to bed, and then just let it go. So I'm doing that. I wake up today. I woke up at 2 a.m. by accident. It was just because I went to bed
Okay.
too early. But I
Okay.
typically wake up between like around 4 a.m. Like, so that's
Nice.
just the way that I do it because I'm in Pacific time. So then I want to,
Hmm.
like, if I have clients in the east side, so like then
Yeah.
things are moving, so I want to start posting for myself, for my clients. So definitely I'm getting the sleep, I'm getting
Perfect.
the water.
Yeah.
So I'm doing also like the water, like I drink water a lot, and it's like kind of
Hmm.
annoying sometimes, but it gets me moving.
Yeah.
And so I'm doing that a lot. So then the thing is like I'm still getting a lot of pain, like especially like it's I have like this big knot like in between like my shoulder blade, like in
Hmm.
the pocket. So I
Yeah.
don't know if you have any advice for that specific area, like that pocket.
Yeah.
There is the area that hurts the most. The rest, like I do yoga and stuff, so like I stretch. So,
Yeah.
but it's that part. It doesn't matter how much I do, like physical therapy or anything. It's just I don't know. I guess I don't know what it is. But so, do you have any advice for that?
Yeah. So when it comes to, so my clinic treats a lot of pain, chronic pain specifically, right? And so if you want to fix the pain, you have to understand what's causing the pain in the first place.
The underlying
And
condition first, right?
exactly. And so there's a couple of underlying conditions, right? There's first, I'll tell you about from like, let's say from a physical standpoint, musculoskeletal standpoint. The reason why you have pain is because your muscles are weak,
Ah, that's exactly what
right?
they told me. And that's true. And that's true because I do like the
Yeah.
physical therapy exercises and I can feel it. And then I wish I was more consistent. To be honest, like I do it and then I'm motivated and I stop doing it. And it's like, man, I need to get more
You're not
discipline.
hurting enough. You're not hurting enough. That's why you're not doing them.
Well, when it hurts a lot, then I do it and then it stops
Then you
hurting.
gotta do it. Yeah. So yeah. So that's one thing, right? Weakness. When you have muscles, so you have to understand the function of muscles. Muscles, yes, they help us move our bones and move our body, right? But another reason, another function of muscles is to absorb stress, right? So when you're having that shoulder blade pain, it's actually not the muscles, it's the tendons and ligaments that are hurting.
That's
And
true
when
because
the
that I have
muscles,
that
see if
here.
you look at your shoulder, I mean your arm, right? Your arm, you've got tendons and ligaments on your elbows and your shoulder, right? Right? They connect your muscle to your bone. How big are those tendons and ligaments? They're about this big. How big is this muscle right here? Your bicep. It's about this big. So
Right
the
now it
muscle
hurts
is
in here
supposed
right
to,
now. So I'm messed up, man.
yeah, because your muscles, your biceps and your triceps are supposed to absorb the stress of daily life. But because they're so weak, that stress goes to these small tendons, right? And that's what happens in your back. So the one of the root causes is because of a weak muscle in your back. You're forcing your tendons and ligaments to take on the stress when they are not built to take on stress. The muscles are supposed to be taking on your stress. So the solution, the final fix, is to get that muscle. You need to identify which muscle is weak. So I would go to the physical therapist and have them identify which muscle is weak and work on strengthening that muscle. And once you strengthen that muscle, your pain should go away. But let's say it doesn't. There's a second root cause. You have to look at what helps our body heal itself. Our bodies were built miraculously. It can self-heal, right? You cut yourself, you don't do anything, and that wound heals. So our body has that innate ability to heal. How does it do that? It's through our organ functions. Our organs help our bodies heal, right? Like we were talking about urination, kidneys help filter the blood. See, it's helping our body heal. It's doing all of this without us even paying attention to it. So then you got to think about if you strengthen the muscle and you still have pain, then it could be an organ dysfunction. So which organ is not doing its job to heal the pain? So when we look at tendons and ligaments, the number one organ is your liver. The liver controls the healing of your tendons and ligaments. So if your liver is not functioning at optimal levels, then your tendons and ligaments, then it's not going to do its job, to heal your tendons and ligaments. So then you got to look at why isn't your liver doing its job?
Never
The
heard this
liver,
before, so it's pretty
yeah.
good.
So you got to figure out what's cramping your liver style, right? It's not working, so something's doing it. And then I would start thinking, oh, are you doing a lot of sugar? Are you doing alcohol? Are you doing a lot of caffeine? Are you doing a lot of stimulants? Because those all hurt the liver.
So then, okay. Look, my girlfriend, I don't drink much
Mm-hmm.
tea and it's just kind of like the way that I use it the most is
Mm-hmm.
for in between meals so I don't get too hungry. Like it's like a snack, to be honest. I use teas as a
Mm-hmm.
snack.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily
Yeah.
like I need it because I sleep good, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So So my girlfriend, on the other hand, she drinks coffee like crazy, and it's not because
Mm-hmm.
of like, oh, I need to wake up. It's more like it's her comfort drink, right?
Mm,
So she drinks it every time that she's like, oh, you know what, I want a comfort drink. So she drinks coffee multiple times a day. My grandparents are like
mm,
that. My mom is like that too. So like, I
yeah.
have a lot of people like that. So then what you're saying is that if you drink a lot of coffee, especially if
Mm-hmm.
let's say 2, 3, even more, right? Let's
Yeah.
say 2 to 3
Yeah.
cups,
Yeah.
that is affecting your liver, which is affecting your
Yes.
body's ability to heal. Is that correct?
Yes. To heal your tendons and ligaments.
Tendons and ligaments. Yeah, I make the note out of that. Like
Yes.
never heard about that connection
Mm-hmm.
before.
Yep.
And this, because I mean, for me, okay, the liver kind of cleans the whole thing, right? It's like the filter,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I get it, but I never
Yeah.
heard about specific tendons and
Yes.
ligaments. And can you tell me, without getting too super scientific, but at
Yeah.
least give me like a taste. I love science, so for
Uh-huh.
me, like if you can give me like why the tendons, is it because of like general thing, or is it because like just tell me.
Yeah. So, you know, thousands of years ago, so what we learned like in our anatomy and physiology book in college, right? It does not list every single function of the organ. Just because it's not in that book does not mean that those our organs don't have other functions. It doesn't matter how advanced technology is right now, we still don't know everything about the human body, right? So I'm saying that to preface about what I'm about to say. So thousands of years ago, they found out they were very, thousand years ago, they were very intelligent people, right? We have just been dumbed down by technology. And so they did find out that every single organ has more functions, has a lot of functions. And they found out that the liver controls the healing of your tendons and ligaments. The kidneys and adrenal glands control the healing of your bones, right? And so it's just like all these different things. And also the liver controls your eyesight. It affects your vision. They found connections, right? And how did they find this out? Trial and error. They improved the liver function. Oh, my eyesight getting better. They improve the liver function. Oh, my tennis elbow, my golfer's elbow gets better, right? So can I say that there's just some exact scientific proof? I think technology is not advanced yet to show that, specifically. But you just improve your liver function, that will help your pain, your chronic pain.
Yeah.
So the liver does detox. One of the biggest function it does is detox, right? Another food that you need to watch out is cholesterol. Not cholesterol, but fatty foods, like bad fats, not good fats. I'm not talking about avocados, not talking about coconut. You need good fats. I'm talking about processed fats, fast foods. I'm talking about fried foods. I'm talking about even sometimes butter, right? If you eat a lot of fats, like unhealthy fats, that damages your liver also. And sugar, I'm not just talking about candy. I'm talking about simple sugar or simple carbs, like white rice, white bread, white potato, white noodle. These are all sugar. They're sugar. They turn into sugar fast, right? So are you eating a lot of those things? Because if you are, that's damaging your liver, right? And
Everything's
so
damaged my
one thing
liver,
that
I
you'll
guess. I love noodles,
So one thing we've
man. I love
noticed,
noodles. I love rice.
oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you're
I hear
like
you, I
hitting me.
hear
It's
you,
it's
I
it's
hear
it
you.
hurts like because I don't want to let that go. Like I eliminate fats, processed and
Uh-huh.
and fast food a lot. I haven't been on a fast food. I don't even know when's the last time. Especially because what I did to get around this, and let me know if this is right because I kind of being
Yeah.
advising people. So I've been doing I buy frozen like uh, potatoes, like just a crinkle cut
Hmm.
fries, and then I get the impossible meat nuggies, like chicken nuggets are impossible, right? Like they're not even real because I like them better
Okay.
than the actual real ones, because I
Okay.
don't know the taste to me. And then I do like I something that I really like that it was hard for me was the fries and then the sauce of like ghost pepper ranch, the Wendy's had, so it was very hard for me to like let that go. But then I just bought like ranch, and then I bought like a ghost pepper thing that I found on Wico, and now like I mix it and I just have it at home. So then I did that recipe, and that gets my itch for
Yeah,
fast
yeah,
food. So I just
yeah,
eat that, I don't know, once, maybe twice a week, depending on like how I want something fast. That's like my go-to. I try to avoid it and just save it for emergencies, right? Um,
yeah.
so that's what I'm doing to avoid doing that. And then I do air fryer, right? Like I don't fry them.
Hmm.
So I do air
Yeah,
fryer. I do those impossible. I don't know how good or bad. I just know that they cannot be worse than fast food. And then also like, I get vitamins, I get other ways to get my so the nutritious part is not what I'm looking for, or to be skinny
yeah,
or anything. It's more of like
yeah,
something that will not be bad, so then I can
yeah.
outwork it, right, and stuff. So do you think that's a good alternative to let's say fast food, right? If you want fries, you want nuggies and stuff.
Yeah, I think, here's some suggestions. If you like fries, I know it's not the same, okay, but you want to stick with sweet potato fries.
I like it. My
Sweet.
girlfriend doesn't.
Oh, okay.
So why sweet potato fries? Is it because it's not white?
Sweet. Yes. So sweet potatoes are more of a complex carb. White potato is a simple carb. What does that mean? How fast does it break into sugar? So white stuff breaks into sugar quickly. So it's just like sugar. Sweet potato, it takes time to break down to sugar, right? So you want these things you want to eat foods that break down to sugar slower, because the ones that break down to sugar fast, it spikes your sugar in your bloodstream. And that causes a cascade of reactions that involves other organs like your adrenal glands that try to compensate for that
So what's
instant
the adrenal
surge.
glands again? Because you mentioned it earlier, and I was kind of like, I'm not sure what
Yeah.
that means.
Yeah, yeah. So adrenal glands are these organs that sit on top of your kidneys. They secrete a hormone that everybody has heard of, adrenaline, right? That's secreted by your adrenal glands. So you can say it's commonly known as the stress organ. It helps you adapt to all types of stress in your life.
So the
So
adrenal
it
glands are this stress organ.
stress organs, yes.
Interesting. Never. You see, that's why I love this podcast, man, because I learned so much.
That's great.
Thank you for
Thanks for
this,
doing
because
this. Yeah, no, thank you for
no,
doing this.
because I'm pretty sure, whoever sees this, they're gonna like, this is not commonly known. I mean, that's why you're so famous, right?
Mhm.
Because you're literally educating on something that like most people are not putting out. I don't know if you saw like the sun, I guess it came out and like on my
Yeah, yeah, it's
face,
getting
right?
brighter.
That was funny. Like I just felt it, like just anyway. But
It was God speaking to you.
yeah, just like you're in the right path. Follow the light. Man, this is good. Like I'm getting very like, I'm making the most out of this time, right? Because
Yeah.
the idea of these moments with food, right, is like, for me, I am like the representative of the audience, right? And I'm like, what would the
Mhm.
audience ask? And just because I think I'm a very curious person, I want to
That's
learn. I
great.
want to I want to feel as good as I can. And that's why
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
we bonded really right away when
Yeah.
we had on a call. I was like, oh man, like I love alternative medicine. I go to chiropractor, I go to physical therapy, like that's my thing. I rather go to that, and I haven't gone to acupuncture,
Yes.
but I really want to. Rather go to
Yeah.
that than the doctor. Like I
Yeah.
just want to like eat well, and then find ways. Like the thing that I managed to eat decent. I mean, I feel good, like I look
Hmm.
good. It's just the pain stinks, and it's because I'm not like, I haven't gone to a gym in like 2 years and a half now. I
Mm.
do like, the in the like calisthenics or like yoga
Yeah.
mostly. That's the main thing that I do, and then I
Hmm.
mix it with like the stretch bands there for the
Hmm.
physical therapy exercises,
Yep.
and then like some stuff of like just with my own weight. Like I'm doing YWTLs with YWTLs. I don't know if you heard about
Okay.
those.
No, I've never heard of
Like
that.
yeah, it's like Y, and then W,
MC8? I was
T,
kidding.
L. Yeah, that's what I said the first thing, but the first time. So doing those are good for like
Yeah.
the problem that I told you, right? Like in my
Yes.
pocket. So,
Yes. Yes.
but I just gotta be more consistent, to be honest. Like I know I'm weak
That's
there, and
it.
then I work it, and then I stop working, and it's just like that
Mm-hmm.
inconsistency is what's really killing me.
Mm-hmm.
But and like
Yep.
and now I learned something about like the food. Like, so I'm gonna I'm gonna get my girl to listen to this. I'm gonna be like, you gotta listen to this because you're like, because she's always feeling like, not always, right, but a lot of times she's like, oh, I feel bad or whatever, and I'm like, look, you must be doing something wrong. And then she started to
Yes.
justify it and stuff. It's like, no, come on,
Yeah.
like just accept it at least that you're doing
Yeah.
it right. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
definitely gonna
And
gonna
you're
get her on
I
this.
don't know how old you are, but you're too young to be in chronic pain.
I know. I mean, I'm 29. I mean, I'll be 30, but I mean, that's still
You're too
young.
young. That's too young to be.
And I
Yeah.
actually, I care. And it's not like, oh, like, like I don't, I care about looking good, feeling good,
Mm-hmm. It's
especially
great.
since I became an entrepreneur, right? A business owner.
Yeah.
I need to be as sharp as possible, not only mentally, but
Absolutely.
physically, because I
Yep.
have to, I work like crazy. I have to
Yep.
be able to be there all the time, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's very important. So that's why this is super important for business leaders.
Yeah.
That's why this was such a good
Exactly.
fit for this. So, man, this is
Awesome.
this is great. So, is there any like big takeaways that you want to leave the audience with?
I would say one takeaway is, and I'll say it slowly because it might sound confusing. Your psychology affects your physiology. Your psychology affects your physiology, and vice versa. Your physiology affects your psychology. So what does that mean? Mentally, you know, being healthy is not just about physically being healthy. You got to be mentally healthy because and that's just about how do you be mentally healthy is the way you think, the way you think about things. Are you always positive or are you always negative? Because if you think positive, your brain is going to secrete certain chemicals and neurotransmitters throughout your whole body. And it's going to create a positive effect physically. If you think negatively, your brain is also going to secrete chemicals and it's going to secrete, you can say, negative chemicals. And that's going to create a negative effect on your body. So you have to, everybody talks about the mind, body, and spirit. That is absolutely true. So how you think will affect you physically. But on the flip side, if you feel good and you're strong, that's going to encourage your brain to think positively. But if you're always in pain, you're always tired, right? That's going to affect your mental negatively. So that's what I leave with you. Your psychology will affect your physiology and vice versa. So you got to work on both.
Yeah, definitely. There's like sometimes, I just think about like all the things that we need to be doing, right? And I want to
Mm-hmm.
change the verbiage, right? I don't want to say like have or need, right? Like we get to do them, right? That's something that I was on a
Yeah.
call earlier. Like we get to do these things. We have the
Yeah.
chance to do these things, so then we can be healthy and we can live for a long time, feeling good
Yeah.
mentally and
Yeah.
physically. So
Yeah.
that's me here learning with my verbiage and being, because if we
Yeah.
put like, oh, you should be doing this and you should be doing this, just kind of like shame on that, kind of, right? So if you have
Yeah.
that, and that's
Great
kind of
point.
comes back to like, speak that you desire, and to get,
Mm-hmm.
manifest the things that you want, and to really be like just strong mentally.
Yeah.
So that's something that I just want to say, like, this is part of my journey that I've been learning,
Yeah.
and
That's awesome.
so thank you for that. Like, you
Yeah.
man, you give us a lot of value. I made a lot of notes. I got a lot of conversations to have with my girl now. But man, thank you. Just thank you for
Thank
taking the
you.
time.
Yeah.
I look forward to following your content. I'll be sharing and everything and practicing, because that is my biggest thing. Right. I right now, one of my biggest goals for this year is to just be more disciplined and more structure with time blocking
Mm-hmm.
and non-negotiables
Yes.
that I just do all the time. Because every time that I do
Yeah.
yoga, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
damn, like I should do it every day. And then I do like my
Yes.
physical therapy exercise, and it's the same things like, oh, it feels so good. Like it hurts, but it's
Yeah.
good, and blah, blah. And then I don't do it just because, oh, I procrastinate, right? It's like, oh, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And then, oh, I'm hungry now. So I got to eat. Oh, now I got to wait until the food sets. But then meanwhile, I'm working, and then I get hungry again. And then it's like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
tired now, right? So, and
Yeah.
like I keep doing that. So that's why I got to do everything. I work up really early because I want to
Yeah.
do
Which
it.
is great.
I'm heavy, like my exercises, my physical therapy, like the posting, like the
Yeah.
non-negotiables. I want to get them done in the morning, so then the rest
Yeah.
of the days there's no pressure. It's like
Yeah.
I already did my daily rewards, my day, I did my thing, right? My
Yeah.
dailies.
Yeah.
Now, like I can just like work and just enjoy life. So that's my
Exactly.
thing.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh my God, this is a great conversation. So I'm gonna make sure that if we got the links here in the description, but just so people that might be listening,
Mhm.
passive listening, how can people find you?
You can find me all over social media, and my handle is at Achieve Integrative Health. At Achieve Integrative Health. You find me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Those are my biggest channels.
Perfect. Yeah, nice. That's one of my biggest ones too. Perfect. So, yeah, just make sure that like you probably already sent it to me, right? Like you submitted the form if you right. So
Yeah.
perfect. It
Yes.
just that goes to my admin. So as long as he has them, right,
Yeah.
we're gonna get that in here. I
Perfect.
mean, clearly over 1 million people following in one platform and like in like TikTok, and then over 1 million also on Instagram. This guy must be doing something right. And I obviously, you listen to this, so I'm sure that yeah, I'm gonna drive some people to you. And I'm excited to go deeper into this journey, to do my first acupuncture session.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes. I'm
So
excited
because
for you.
so one last thing before like wrapping up. So
Yeah.
it's when you do the acupuncture,
Yes.
is that mainly to like release the like the tension, like it obviously there's a bunch of benefits, but do you
Hmm.
think like for example, like I'm weak, right? It's clear, like
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
I am weak, but even though I'm weak and I'm gonna be working
Hmm.
on it, is it
Yeah.
still good to then do acupuncture? And does it combine the exercise with the acupuncture?
Absolutely. So I like to explain this is how acupuncture works. Acupuncture does two things. Number one, it moves your blood. Okay. So when you get acupuncture, they're going to move the blood to that dysfunctioning area. They're going to move the blood to the place where it's inflamed, where the nerve is inflamed. The reason why you feel pain is because the nerve is inflamed. So to
Oh, no
decrease it, you
doubt.
want to
I can
decrease,
feel it.
you want, I know you can.
So
So
then,
acupuncture can move blood there to decrease inflammation off that nerve. That's the first thing it does. It moves your blood. The second thing, and this is the beauty of acupuncture, it has the ability to retrain your brain to do it by itself.
oh, that's something. Yeah.
Exactly.
So moves your brain and has the ability to retrain your brain. So
Retrain
then
your
that
brain.
those the way that you like kind of pinch or hit that, it's hitting nerves that obviously are directly connected, right? Because all our nerves are connected to
Yes,
here. So
correct.
then you basically are kind of communicating, right,
With
with
your CPU. So when we put a
damn.
needle, we're telling your brain, hey, brain, you need to be healing this. Why aren't you healing it? That's what the
Oh, so
message
you're just
acupuncture
pointing it
sends it.
out almost, right? Like you just
Exactly.
damn.
Yes.
See, man,
Yeah.
I needed to get this before because we talk about all this general stuff like you can, but
Hmm.
I just wanted to get there because
Yeah.
now I
Yeah.
get more motivated to go, right?
Yeah. You should.
Ability to retrain. So you train your brain to heal itself, right? Your brain.
Let me know if you need help finding one
Uh,
or if you already have one.
Oh, yeah. So when I go to the chiropractor,
Hmm.
she is very like Asian. She's not Asian, but she's the massage therapist of the
Okay.
chiropractor.
Yeah. Yeah.
She is very trained in all this like Asian
Perfect.
techniques, so she's
Perfect.
very connected on that way. So I have the plug.
Awesome.
I got
Awesome.
the
Great.
plug. Ability to retrain your brain. Perfect. So then, and then if okay, that's the last thing.
Yeah.
If people want to find their local stuff, like reach out to you or your website, or like what do you think is the best way to if they want to find like their local trusted acupuncturist?
Yeah, so I've actually created a site. It's called acupuncturenearme.org.
Damn.
Acupuncturenearme.org. Yeah, we're working on getting more acupuncturists on that site, but all the acupuncturists on that site have been verified by me.
That is
That's the
awesome,
difference.
man. You're such an authority. Like, I love this, dude. You're doing the right things. I mean, we talk about the. I was like, dude, you're doing the right things. That's amazing, man. Because
Appreciate
you are
that.
very good at marketing. You're clearly very knowledgeable, man. You're a star, and I'm honored to have you in my podcast.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm honored to be on your podcast. This was
Perfect.
great,
So
man.
I made a note of this, and then let's wrap it up. Like, we've been here for long enough for give
Yeah.
the audience like a time to kind of digest this.
Yeah, yeah.
So this was Jimmy Yan and Fu, and this is us signing off.
Thanks for listening to Moments with Fu with your host, Fu. Please leave your feedback and visit strategicadvisorboard.com to get the latest and greatest business advisement on the planet. Follow us on social media for updates, and we will see you on the next episode.